Again, the idea behind the elk project is to compare pregnancy rates and calf survival in the two study areas. So it would be nice to catch and to collar an equal number of calves in the two regions. But that could prove to be a bit tougher along the Lochsa. Adjustments are made to accommodate the tougher terrain. The shorter blades and compact tail of the Hughes 500 helicopter make landing in small, steep clearings a bit less difficult, but certainly not easy.
86 Fox is off Ball Mountain Telebase. I'll be working the Ball Mountain drainage.
It's hard to find the landing spot, so sometimes you have to drop the guys off quite a ways away. They get quite a hike.
The first animal spotted from the air is a cow elk. Now the question is, does she have a calf hidden nearby?
We first try to look for a cow that looks like tries to stick with a certain spot. We test her with the helicopter. If she sticks around, we search for the calf.
The cow doesn't display the classic behavior of a mother protecting its young, so the ship moves on.
There's a bull just to your right also. And this habitat in the Lochsa is a bit different from the South Fork. It was all created in the early part of the century by big fires. And as you can see when we're flying, these brush fields now are 15 feet tall saplings. And there's some people that feel that even though the world looks green out there, nutritionally it's not all that good. We just don't know.
Finally, an almost impossibly perfect situation. A cow is spotted nursing a very young calf.
All right, we're going to have to get that calf.
Pilot Randy Porter swings the ship around to try and separate the cow and calf. The mother immediately runs off in an attempt to draw attention away from her offspring. But of course, the ploy doesn't work. The helicopter hovers above the calf until research biologist Mike Gratson is certain it's bedded down.
We need to spot the land so that we can keep tracking him. I can get out and grab him because I don't think he can run away from me.
Again, teamwork is the key. On the ground, Mike depends on the pilot to guide him back to the calf.
Okay, he's almost landed.
He's not down yet. Just stay right here. We'll lay down. But you do really need a good rapport between the crew that's working on biologists and the helicopter pilot because we're out there in difficult terrain. Things need to be done as fast as possible, but as safe as possible because of the expense per hour. So and we've got a good crew here on the Lochsa and of course the South Fork.
Good job. That's nice. You got him.
Mike works quickly processing the little bull calf. He takes the same exact measurements that the first crew records on calves captured in the other study area.
Navel, I think will probably be scabbed over. Since it's not a newborn calf, it's at least a day old. Probably 2 or 3 days, 2-day old calf. Let's take a look at the navel. See the navel there? It's not scabbed over, but it's just starting to scab, so it's probably really only about a day-old calf.
Research biologist Mike Gratson is the consummate scientist. He says not a day goes by when he isn't thinking about this elk project. He spent untold hours designing methods for gathering information.
A little bull calf.
And then the next step, trying to objectively weigh all the data collected and come up with answers, reasons for the fluctuation in elk numbers.
Part of this aging to the day is measuring the hoof line or the growth line in the hoof. And that's basically from where you see the hair attaching. And I'll try to get that in there right at this point up here to this line here. So we measure this distance. And what we've got on this one is about 10.6 millimeters.
The temptation, of course, is to come up with an easy answer, perhaps blaming bears or mountain lions for preying on the calves. And Mike acknowledges that predators may be a part of the problem. But is that because of an increase in predator numbers, or are there fewer calves to begin with? because the cows aren't becoming pregnant? Or could it be that the newborn calves are in poor condition, easy targets for predators? The reason may be much more complicated than it first appears.
I think this calf will probably try to get up and just walk up slope, which is the direction of the cow. And we'll just go down slope.
The little calf remains still, emitting a plaintive bleating noise that slowly rises and wanders off.
Okay, Randy, we finished with this calf, so you can come back over and just land wherever you want. We'll go to where you land. We're in the little opening right beside the calf.
The pilot reports that the cow has already reunited with her calf. That's capture number 6 for the Lochsa team, and the clock is running, with 24 more to score.
Kind of work our way just along this edge.
Biologist Pete Zager reports that in the time since we shot this story, 28 elk calves have been captured on the Clearwater portion of the study. And on the Lochsa, well, it's a bit rougher there, but they did manage to catch 20. And now it's a waiting game to see just how many will survive until next spring.